Making headlines on this Saturday morning, police looking for the driver who hit this SUV, sending it directly into a Selden Animal Hospital. We're going to tell you what we know. Plus, today is Macy's Balloon Fest. New balloons unveiled and outdoor test flights are happening, all in preparation for the big parade. And thanks for waking up with News 12 Long Island. I'm Jackie Lukas. We're going to have more in those stories in just a minute. But first, let's kick off your day the right way. Craig Allen is here with we have to keep an eye on some wet weather later today.
Right, for later on, exactly. You know, it's really not all that bad out. You take a look outside, it's beautiful out there right now. It is chilly. It's definitely colder this morning. As we can see, temperatures across the island right now are mostly in the 30s, but they've made it back up quickly into the mid and upper 40s as you get closer in towards the city. Now, as you can see, those were the lows this morning. Temperatures have recovered nicely for most of the island into the upper 30s and low 40s at this hour. And it's still, though, about 25 degrees lower than it was 24 hours ago at this time. So we've got a little ways to go, but we'll get back into the 50s during the day. Now, in terms of the winds, they're light, they're variable, it's rather calm. Look how blue it is out there right outside our studios. That's fantastic. That's going to stay that way. This is from Southampton Village, and it's just as pretty. A lot of leaves down already out there, huh? Radar completely clear at this hour, but that's what I want to show you. Look at the left-hand side of the screen, not the clouds on the right. Left-hand side shows some showers that are headed towards us. And so with those showers and the possibility even of a brief heavy thunderstorm for this afternoon, just be prepared to make a dash for cover. And then when that goes on by, the sun should return. And we'll talk more about the chillier weather that comes in after it. That's all coming up. Jackie.
All right, Craig, thank you. And new this morning, Suffolk police looking for the driver responsible for a hit and run that sent this car into the front of an animal hospital in Selden. You can see the damage where the car made impact with the building. It happened just before 2 this morning on the corner of Middle Country Road and Magnolia Place. Police are telling us a car hit the passenger side of this SUV and then drove off after the crash. Right now, police do not have a description of the vehicle, but it is expected to have damage. The victim is recovering from minor injuries at a local hospital. Well, today marks a solemn anniversary. It has been 6 years since the deadly Paris terror attacks. It was a series of deadly terror attacks on the night of November 13th, 2015. Bombs went off outside of a soccer stadium in the middle of a game and with the French president inside of the building at the time. Other Paris night spots were targeted that night. Witnesses, survivors describing just some of what they saw.
When I went on the streets, I've seen 20 to 25 bodies lying on the floor, and people were very badly injured, gunshot wounds.
And today, Vice President Harris paid her respects by laying flowers at that cafe. New information to tell you about on Trump's former top aide, Steve Bannon, has now been indicted by a grand jury for contempt of Congress. This after he refused last month to comply with a subpoena from the Congressional Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riot. If convicted, Bannon could face up to 2 years behind bars. Well, we now turn to a News 12 exclusive. A Suffolk man denies that he made a death threat against a Long Island congressman over the infrastructure bill. Take a look. This is 64-year-old Kenneth Gasper of Lake Ronkonkoma in a 2016 picture with his wife. Gasper's attorney tells News 12 his client called Republican Congressman Andrew Garbarino's office on Monday, but attorney John Ray says Gasper never threatened to kill anybody.
It was apparently overheated conversation between him and the aide construed what he said in a way that was just in error. Ken is an ordinary American who was offended when politician Garbarino became an overnight Democrat and voted, in Ken's view, to wreck our country.
Reported 13 House Republicans, including Garbarino, voted for President Biden's infrastructure bill. Former President Trump reportedly called them disloyal, and others in the Republican Party tweeted that they were traitors. Congressman Andrew Garbarino is our guest this week on News 12's Power and Politics. In addition to commenting on that death threat he received, he also spoke about why he believes the infrastructure bill is a win for Long Islanders.
The amount of money that's going to be coming into my district to fix issues that we've had for a very long time, this is a win for my district. There's no Republican or Democratic way to fill a pothole I'm proud that a lot of projects that have needed to be addressed for a long time are finally going to be addressed under this bill.
You can watch that full interview tomorrow at 11:30 right here on News 12's Power on Politics show. Now we're going to take you on Pothole Patrol, where one Long Island state senator is trying to change a law limiting when drivers can file a claim for damage caused by poorly maintained roads. Right now, the state is only liable for damage that happens outside of the winter pothole season between May 1st and November 15th. But State Senator Alexis Wyke has introduced a bill that would allow drivers to make claims during any time of the year. She says if roads are hazardous at the start of the pothole season, the state should be responsible for damages.
Because of the poor and really awful state of the roads right now, we are seeing claims being put in all over the place because the roads are in such disarray.
The Department of Transportation would not comment on the bill. According to the agency's website, claims are typically processed in 6 to 8 weeks if they are approved. All right, now to a heartwarming story of a veteran on a mission to brighten the lives of others. We first told you about Melville's Bob Templeton on Monday. He shares his faith by giving away handmade gifts, and yesterday was no different. I was there as he made a very special donation to a local church. The rain and wind is not stopping 90-year-old Bob Templeton from continuing to spread love and kindness. The Korean War veteran and his son visiting St. Paraskevi Greek Orthodox Shrine Church in Greenlawn, handing out his handmade cross necklaces.
Oh, thank you.
And also a box of 50 crosses.
I'm honored to be able to give these crosses to a church like this.
We first introduced you to Bob earlier this week as he made his handmade crosses in his basement workshop in Melville. He hands them out to people wherever he goes and has given out more than 1,800 gifts. After the story aired, News 12 received numerous messages about how they were touched by Bob's generosity and kindness.
Not only is it patriotic, but it's also spiritual.
Parishioner Georgia Constantine wrote News 12 asking to connect with Bob, wanting to buy crosses to put in care packages they send to college kids. Well, Bob never charges people and hand-delivered 50 free cross necklaces.
I'm just so grateful that we made the connection, and I really hope this is as meaningful to the kids, the young adults, as it is to me and to anybody else who wears it.
I think it's a beautiful offering on his part, and it's a testament to his goodness and his faith to be doing these things for free and giving them out as blessings to people.
Father John says the crosses will be blessed before being sent in the care packages. Meanwhile, Bob and his family are overwhelmed by the response.
The feedback has been phenomenal. It's been emotional.
I enjoy doing it. And I just hope I can keep up with the people that want them. Putting me in a position where I'm going to be working overtime.
We're talking right now about a 90-year-old man who is still active and has still done something very beneficial and positive, that it's going to have ripple effects. So no matter what our age, we still have a purpose here in this world.
And it's been one of my favorite stories to tell. Bob and his family has also connected with other News 12 viewers who have reached out about the crosses. And I say to everybody, let's be more like Bob, right? All right, in other news, if you are planning to get your child vaccinated, a drive-through event happening all day where you can get that first dose. Allied Physicians Group is hosting the site at the Coleman Country Camp in Freeport. That's specifically for kids ages 5 to 11. From 7 this morning to about 5, you can get the dose for the first dose, with the second scheduled for Saturday, December 4th. Registration is required. Well, Macy's newest giant balloon stars are taking center stage today during their outdoor test flights. It's part of Macy's Balloon Fest in preparation for the 95th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Joining the lineup this year, Ada Twist, Science by Netflix, Baby Yoda, Ronald McDonald, Pikachu, and Eevee. At the Balloon Fest, the parade's new giants are test flown under the direction of Macy's flight management team, along with a few hundred handlers. The new stars will take their first first flight ahead of their debuts on Thanksgiving. Oh, I can't wait. All right, now that the parade is back, we want to know what you think about it. Send us a tweet at #LI Macy's Parade and tell us if you plan on going to the city to celebrate and check out all those balloons and the festivities, and you could be featured right here on News 12. All right, pet owners are in for a treat today. Starting at 8 a.m., America's Vet Dogs, that's happening actually right now, hosting the 7th annual Honor Challenge. Those participating will be walking in a 2-mile dog walk or a 5K run. All proceeds will go towards helping fund training for guide and service dogs for veterans and first responders. That is happening at Cedar Creek Park in Seaford. Sounds like a great event, and boy, some of the video you were showing earlier, those spots across Long Island were beautiful. It's beautiful
really
out right now, at least.
Well, that's just the great thing about it, because now the sunshine is out. It's great for all morning activities. There may be a shower. You're going to have to run from a shower or thunderstorm in parts of the island this afternoon, so let's discuss that. First of all, look how beautiful it really is. I'm going to show you the Riverhead camera now. Sun's coming up above the horizon, and there you are. At around 6:45, 7 o'clock this morning, gets above the horizon, and it is just completely clear, a blue sky filled with sunshine, not only in Riverhead, but all the way across into the western part of the island as well. So we've got ourselves a good start to the day, but again, it's okay until we pick up a brief but heavy midday shower or thunderstorm. That'll move across the island. There's about a 1 to 3 hour window there that we're going to have to be concerned with anytime from a little after lunchtime till about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Temperatures have moderated nicely after a cold start in the 30s. They're already up into the 40s and 50s. Very light winds out there. So it's a good start to the day, as simple as that. Look at radar. All across the island, things right now are dry, but the first little showers are starting to show up back across the Poconos. So let's widen this out. And you see these two lines of showers and some thunderstorms in here too. They're basically moving in that direction, but they will have to come across the island at some point during the day. They will move from west to east, and so we will pick up a shower or thunderstorm during the afternoon, and the potential for some gusty winds associated with it. There's that line right there, about 2:45, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, moves off the east end of the island by about 4. All's looking good as we go through the afternoon hours and right on into your Sunday until the next batch of clouds comes in for Sunday night and into Monday. I've got the 10-day forecast for you coming up as well.
Welcome back. I'm Jackie Lucas. Hey, you can get a dining deal this week. Long Island's Restaurant Week is underway, and we are highlighting participating restaurants every day. Hey, are you in the mood for a savory steak? Then today is your day. I'm getting hungry. Let's start out east. This is a look inside Union Sushi and Steak in Southampton. There is a marinated skirt steak in the sushi roll called the Union Roll that also has lobster and avocado inside. Also on the menu, their famous bao bun with barbecue cut pork loin and crispy onions. Now to Nassau County, Tom Tom Steak and Seafood in Wantagh. Their 6-ounce grilled filet mignon is on their Restaurant Week menu. For seafood selections, there's a Kung Pao calamari appetizer and the Tom Tom Seafood paella entree. Ooh, that looks good. Next in Suffolk, George Martin strip steak in Great River. Entrees include their classic 8-ounce filet and 14-ounce prime boneless New York strip, or you can choose their pan-roasted French-cut breast of chicken or organic salmon as your main course. Long Island Restaurant Week runs through tomorrow. In Your Health Matters, Medicare is starting one of its largest increases ever. Next year, its Part B outpatient premium will jump by $21.60. About half of the hike is so the program can cover a new medication for Alzheimer's. The drug can only be given in a doctor's office and is paid for under Medicare's outpatient benefits. In your business news, Gucci and Microsoft are joining forces. The luxury brand and tech corporation are teaming up to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Xbox with this, folks. Take a look. They're going to be releasing a special edition Xbox Series X. The bundle will come with a console, 2 wireless controllers, and a fancy schmancy fashionable designer carrying case. Gucci plans to, Craig, now there's only 99 units left, because I was about to say Gucci plans to sell 100 units through its flagship stores starting November 17th for $1,000, but apparently Craig Allen is already on the list and snatched one. More people than ever are giving their bosses the same message: I quit. Americans quitting their jobs at a record pace for the second straight month. The Labor Department today saying that 4.4 million people have left their jobs in September. That is up from 4.3 million in August. It comes as employers are also posted a near record number of available jobs. Well, with prices rising, experts say watching your budget for holiday shopping is more important than ever. Some people already out shopping for gifts. And with the shipping crisis and lower inventories, some are worried that the perfect gift may be more expensive this year. Here are some tips to prepare yourself for this season of shortages. Make a list and check it twice and stick to that list. And it is also to keep an eye on your finances there, because you don't want to just overspend and keep just buying gifts.
Sit down and write a list of what you think you're going to be spending, and then maybe think about how much do I want to spend on each of these. Maybe give yourself like a 10% cushion just in case.
And why do you give yourself a 10% cushion? Because of those last minute impulse gifts. All right, now for the first time in nearly 14 years, Britney Spears is freed. She is an independent woman. Late yesterday afternoon, an LA judge brought an immediate end to the conservatorship that has controlled the pop star's health and finances since 2008. The court victory for the Grammy Award-winning winner comes after a legal battle with her father, Jamie Spears, who was suspended as her conservator last month. Britney later took to Instagram, calling it the best day ever, as fans stood outside the courthouse cheering.
What's next for Britney, and this is the first time that this could be said for about a decade, is up to one person: Britney.
Summer, the singer pleaded with the judge to end the conservatorship, calling it, quote, abusive. We are happy for her, and she's going to be getting married soon, Craig Allen. I don't know when. She hasn't told me yet, but, you know, we're besties.
You didn't get the invitation yet?
Still waiting,
Jeez.
You know. Just kidding.
Persona non grata, poor Jackie. Anyway, you know, it's so nice outside right now. The first thing I'm going to show you what's going on out around 39A in Southampton. Yeah, traffic and weather together, I suppose you can call it this morning. Not much in the way of traffic at this time of year, which is pretty cool, and get you out there into eastern Long Island nicely through the morning hours. And look how blue the sky is. It is just great, and temperatures, which were in the 30s earlier this morning, have made their way on up through the 40s, and even a couple of 50s dotted around the island already, and that will continue to rise. But while not a stormy day, obviously, there still is a possibility of a shower or thunderstorm for this afternoon, and I'll show you that. Jackets for a breezy, colder night, too. Keep that in mind. Here's the first line of showers right here. These are light. These are going to get a little more intense as they push towards the island somewhere in about a 1 to 3 hour window during the afternoon hours. And when they move on through, it will turn windy and colder behind that. So there's that line of showers and thunderstorms. It comes through from 2 to 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then is off the east end of the island by that time. And from that point on, things are looking pretty good. We do expect the sky to be clear until maybe Sunday afternoon, just a couple clouds out there. So 60s this afternoon. There's a gale warning in effect for the waters out there. And you can see in our 10-day forecast, temperatures are going to get colder for the start of next week.
News 12's closed captioning is brought to you by Earworks Audiology. Celebrate with us our 20th anniversary as the sound choice for better hearing.